Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul, and today we are here to say some nice things about ourselves. Apologies for the late start. I am positive about the fact that my internet was a little bit wonky this morning, so I reset the router, and I am over here making this happen. But anyways, we're here to say some nice things about ourselves in the form of some I am statements. And it is nice to see I have 5 folks joining me today. So welcome. Good morning to you. SpaghettiOs, my one of my other alarms is going off. Excuse me just a moment. And that is, gosh, nothing's going right today, but I am brave and I face adversity with maturity. So, I am brave. I face adversity with maturity, including the adversity of that my internet wasn't working right, and then my alarms are going off halfway through my broadcast, and then my microphone is muted because I forgot to unmute it. Yay, bravery. Let's see here. I am brave. I face adversity with maturity, and so I'm going to be mature about this and just kind of laugh it off and smile. You know, one of the things that people fear the most is public speaking because they're afraid of what happens when things go wrong. But today, a whole bunch of stuff is going wrong. First, the internet wasn't working properly. And then because the internet wasn't working properly, one of my alarms didn't go off on time. And then it started going off in the middle of my broadcast. So I muted the mic and then I hit the unmute button and it didn't unmute. And most people would find this to be absolutely horrifying, but I don't really find it to be that at all. I just feel like, sometimes stuff happens and we're going to continue with this. The show must go on, right? So anyways, I am brave today. I face adversity with maturity. I think we got audio back and we've got audio and video back now. So anyways, are you brave? You are brave. You face adversity with maturity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on the chat. I'm going to write that stuff down. I'm going to write down that I am brave. I face adversity with maturity. Boom. All right. I am brave. I face adversity with maturity. Even when I look silly on my own broadcast, I am totally okay with that. And ultimately, the stuff that goes on in our lives, it doesn't always go to plan. I've done many wake-up calls, and for the most part, they just work properly. But every once in a while, I have to reset my router or something like that, or something happens, or somebody will knock on my door in the middle of the broadcast or something like that. And when these sort of adverse things happen, you just got to kind of roll with them. And maturity is knowing that no matter what happens in our world, it's not the end of our world. I remember a time when I was over on Maui, and we were basically running an event. And as part of this event, there was, we had some donuts and ice cream out and whatnot. And there was some kids there. It was like a fair for kids. So we had all the games for kids, but we had a bunch of younger kids running around, kids who are 4, 5, 6 years old, like little kids. And I remember that, we had some extra donuts at the end of our event. And so we were giving them out to the kids, and these kids were not big enough to get a whole donut. They all got half a donut. And so I recall that we had chopped these donuts in half and we're handing them out to the kids. And every side the kid got a donut, they were just so excited and they ran off to go enjoy their donut or their half a donut. But this one little girl, she grabbed her donut and she ran off to enjoy her donut just like the rest of the kids, and was so excited about it that she fell down the stairs and tripped and hurt herself and lost her donut. And so quickly, her joy of having a half a donut was replaced with just absolutely, was replaced with this sense of just, I don't know, distress, I should say. And so I watched these emotions happen because she was having an incredible time with her life, and then all of a sudden she was both hurt and also didn't have a donut, and she didn't know which one to be unhappier about. And so, of course, as an adult, we just ran. We picked up the donut, we threw the donut away, and we picked her up, and we got her over to the first aid. And we had more donuts, but she couldn't know that at the time, so she was just crying and crying. And I remembered at the time, I was like, how often that happens to us as adults too. Things are going really well, and then all of a sudden something isn't going well. And so we do the same kind of a thing of throwing a bit of a temper tantrum because all is well, and now we're hurt and we've lost our donut. Well, we had more donuts, and so after we got her all bandaged up and she was just absolutely in distress and crying and wailing, we gave her a half a donut again because we had more of them, and all of a sudden all that stress just evaporated. And I just thought about it. I thought, well, she had some adversity in her life, but being that she was like 5 or 6 years old, she didn't know how to handle it, but all of the mature adults around her did know how to handle it. And so we were able to correctly diagnose and prioritize the problems that she was having. If we had just given her a donut, then she might have had bigger problems because she had just fallen down in the dirt and cut herself open. And she needed some hydrogen peroxide first and a donut afterwards. So I am brave today. I face adversity with maturity, and I prioritize I have a correct prioritization of the things that are going on in my world. And that is something that as adults that we get to do. So we are going to have some adversity today. In fact, there's probably some adversity in your life right now. I know there's some adversity in mine. I'm actually got like a whole bunch of post-nasal drip right now. And of course, all the adversity of the cluster jumble that was the beginning of this show. And so I can face it with maturity and say that even when things are adverse, that they do not affect, who I am as a person, that who I am as a person, it really allows me to properly, put these things in their place. So I'm brave today. You are brave today as well. And we are going to navigate whatever adversity is in our lives, whatever life throws at us. We are going to navigate that with maturity today. So I want to say thank you guys so very much for coming by and watching this episode. These cards are digital on the internet. They are also very real things. And so if you would like a deck of these, you could just give me a private message, and I will be happy to get a deck of them over to you so that you can have these very real reminders that you're awesome in your physical space. It is absolutely life-changing to have this stuff. As I pull these cards every morning, I'm actually I put them in a place where I can see them, and it just reminds me. It's a touch tone for my day. But I will return tomorrow at 9 a.m. for yet another wake-up call, hopefully when the internet is working and my alarms aren't going off and my microphone is turned on and all that other fun stuff. But I will have another one tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who came over here. So good morning there, Caitlin and Shauna and Renee and Amanda and Brenda Jean and let's see, Kelly. Who else is here today? Lauren, Gin, and Tonic. It is hey, Josiah also popped on. It is wonderful to see all of you guys here today. Thank you for helping me create a positive space on the internet. See you tomorrow at 9 a.m. and aloha from paradise.